My name is Melissa Buck, and I am the lead assistant manager at Concord Mills, store 5085.
And what was your previous position?
I was the store manager of the South Boulevard store, 5007.
Describe an average day for us.
At Concord Mills? It depends on the day of the week. Weekends and holiday season can be a little bit crazy, but Monday through Thursday, pretty standard. Go into the store, look at Task Manager, make our daily assignment sheet, open the registers, and start selling shoes and cleaning up. Lots of cleaning.
How does Task Manager play a role in managing that daily work? And why does it or why does it not?
So the role that Task Manager plays in that, I know when I open the store, I always open Task Manager before creating our daily assignment sheet, so I can see what tasks are going to be done that day and assign them to the best possible manager or even associate to do them.
So you said you do that. Do other members of management set up their days differently, where they may or may not be on staff?
I think most of our managers use Task Manager. The receiving staff probably doesn't use it quite as much, but I think all the assistants and the store manager would say that they do it the same way. It's really helpful for setting up our daily assignment sheet. And at our store, we also print out all of the tasks on Monday for Task Manager and put them in our binder throughout the week. So we have them in our binder already by the day to refer to, and we open them up on the computer as well.
So can you not put that in there? Why do y'all have to put it in the binder?
That's what DJ does. We like to waste paper. We kill trees at 5085.
It's probably like 10 to 15 seconds of this 5 minutes that we're going to use anyway.
Right.
So,
We don't want to encourage binder use.
Good. Yeah, that would be nice.
Can you elaborate on the daily assignment sheet? What is it, and why do you create a daily assignment sheet? And why wouldn't that information be created?
So our daily assignment sheet has a lot of information on it. It'll have information about sales the day before, what our UPTs were, our loyalty percentage, and it also has everyone working for the day, not just managers, all the associates, their scheduled times in and out, their break times. We use it to assign registers, areas of the store, cleaning duties, closing duties. So the Task Manager tasks are only a small portion of what goes on the daily assignment sheet.
How would you rank the current interface of Task Manager? 10 being very user-friendly, 1 being I dislike.
6 or a 7.
And what are some of the
phrase it.
Oh,
I'd rate this.
I'd rate the current interface at a 6 or a 7 out of 10.
And why would you say 6 or 7?
I like a lot of components of it, and I think I was pretty early to jump on it. I didn't have that much time with the company prior to Task Manager, so it was easy for me to switch over and use it. But there are a few things I don't love about it. The dashboard, as it currently stands, is a little bit cluttered, and every time I click on a task, I have to go back out to the dashboard before going on to the next one, and sometimes I kind of lose my place on what I've already reviewed for the day, especially on Wednesdays.
And why on Wednesday?
On Wednesdays, there are a lot of tasks in there with all the promo changes, price changes. Sometimes there's PMDs, and some of them are information only, and I know that they have to be on there and can just be closed out, but to click back and forth is a little tedious.
How has Task Manager helped with your daily routine on a day like a Wednesday?
On a day like a Wednesday, I like to start my day by going through Task Manager. It's something good to do while I'm drinking my coffee, and I can kind of see where the day is going to go. Especially when you're at a high volume store that can get so busy, if you don't have a good game plan for the day and know what you're up against, it can kind of go south very quickly.
What would you say in the current interface has been the most beneficial aspect of Task?
I like in the calendar that I can filter it down to like a weekly view because there's so much in there right now. I find myself doing that a lot so that I'm not looking at so much all at once.
And what has been the most difficult part of the task?
I would say getting people to use it consistently, not necessarily the way it's set up itself, but just making sure that everybody is using it and marking things complete.
And what is their, what do you find their resistance to be? Why are some managers more resistant to using it than others?
I think some managers are more resistant because they just haven't made it a part of their routine. I think I've worked at stores with a lot of managers who have been there for a lot longer than I have, and they were probably used to doing things kind of in a set way for a few years before we even had Task Manager.
If you could make changes, what changes would you make to tasks that would help improve that buy-in from other managers?
If we could get even reminders, like the reminder that pops up from Ship to Home, I think that would help people know that tasks were about to be overdue or that it had been too long since they had opened up Task Manager.
Now that you've viewed the new interface, do you think that it's going to change the daily routine with how you and your team utilize this task?
Now that I've seen the new interface, I don't know if it'll change how much I'm using it, because I think I've already been using it fairly consistently, but I hope that people that may have thought it was a little bit cluttered or complicated to use see how clean the new system looks and finds it easier to use.
And could you describe why you think it's important for you and your managers to create your own information and task, potentially moving your daily assignment sheet into a project or some form of walking task manager?
I think creating our own tasks in there is something that maybe not a lot of people are doing yet. I know that my store manager does it when he goes out on a vacation, and I think that's really helpful for us to all have access to it, and we can leave comments about what we've done, mark it complete. Hopefully people start creating their own tasks, they'll use it a little bit more.
Do you think it could be used for your daily assignments to go ahead and preload your cleaning duties, your some of your opening and closing routines? Could you speak to?
I think as far as using it for daily tasks, that would get to be a little bit too much because I wouldn't want people stepping off the floor or out of their sections to go mark something complete. Although I guess if they were already clocking in and out, they could do it at the same time. So maybe that is something that we could look into.
So with the new interface, what do you think, what do you find to be the best feature and why?
With the new interface, I think my favorite feature is probably that you can search for old things, and there's a really good filter option on there. So if you've already marked a task complete, you can go back and find it easily. For example, one of the things I find myself needing to go back and look at are sign set instructions. Sometimes a sign set has been up for so long that it may have been a month or more since we marked it complete. And to go back and find it to see maybe what signs could be discarded or whatever I need to look up, it can take a little while. So if I just search for set, I can find all of the sign sets.
And did Brooke show you the save filter feature? So you can designate a particular search and you can save that search so that you can use that search.
That I did not
Can you
see.
speak to that functionality then?
To save it. So if there is a certain filter that I want to use frequently, like looking for prior sign sets or promo changes, I can save that as a filter and go back to it quickly so I don't have to waste time anymore looking for it.
And do you think that this is going to be easier to introduce new users to? Why or why not?
I do think that it'll be easy to introduce new users to, especially if they haven't seen the old one, and now new hires never knew what it was like to work before Task Manager, so we don't have to break people of their bad habits.
Do you think that it would be beneficial to introduce your entire staff to using Task Manager for all of their work and not just management?
I think it could be beneficial to introduce the entire staff to Task Manager, not just management, especially if there was a way to control what they saw and maybe not show them everything like promo changes, but actually seeing their assignments in there for the day so they could mark them when they're done. It would add a new level of accountability for associates.